So is Jack Levin a vampire? I've been seeing this a lot on Twitter. So today, let's talk about it. So stay tuned, like and subscribe. Let's get right onto this. So Mr. Jack Levin, the founder of Zen, right? A lot of people have been calling him a vampire, or he kind of piggybacked off the Hex community and just kind of used them, and he's always going at them and they're going back and forth and whatnot. If it's not him and Richard, it's Hex versus Jack Levin. So I just want to touch on that yo, listen, if you gonna play that game, then everybody in crypto is piggybacking off of somebody else's community. Meaning, I remember a young man named Richard Hart, pretty much way back in 2017 and 2018, always after he got done becoming a Bitcoin maxi, he used to piggyback off of the Bitcoin community. I mean, when Hex started, it was called Bitcoin Hex. So he made himself known. Me personally, the first video I've seen Richard Hart was sometimes in 2018, and he was going off at somebody named Craig Satoshi, right? The guy who invented Bitcoin Cash, Satoshi's vision. So I'm going to give you a bit of a background, a history. Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin Cash, Satoshi's vision. So sometimes in 2018, the Bitcoin chain is split in three. So the Bitcoin core, the original Bitcoin, continued as usual, and then two other forks were created. One of them was Bitcoin Cash. A guy by the name of Roger Ver created it, and then another one named Bitcoin Cash Satoshi's Vision was created by another guy named Craig Stephen Wright, or something to that nature, right? So this guy was one of the early, Bitcoiners, I guess, and after Satoshi had left, him and another guy was fighting over the Bitcoin white paper or something to that nature. So in 2018, there was a conference or something to that nature, and he was speaking, and he was known as somebody who just lies too much, pretty much, in the Bitcoin community. So Richard Hart, being an OG Bitcoiner, he confronted this guy on stage. This is the first day I've known who Richard Hart was. And he annihilated that fellow, man. He exposed him as a liar and said, why did you say that you was in fact Satoshi Nakamoto when you're not? And you're trying to get hold of Satoshi's white paper, trying to trademark it to own it or something to that nature. And that is the journey of Richard Hart. This is how many people, 2017ers knew who Richard Hart was. So he was known early on to attack the Bitcoin community after the 2017 bull run, pretty much. And there was a live show that he did with Ivan, I believe, Ivan on Tech. So it seems like he lost a lot of money. Richard Hart, a lot of his Bitcoin or something, or he expected the price of Bitcoin to do well in the 2017 bull market. It didn't go his way, so he created Hex. This is why we are here. And to this day, it's Richard Hart against either the ETH community or the Hex community. So he created Bitcoin Hex, and he kind of airdropped it to early Bitcoiners or something. They get a free copy of Hex just for holding BTC. Now, I'm just asking this question. If you're calling Jack Levin a vampire, isn't that fair to do the same thing with Richard Hart, since he did the same thing to the Bitcoin community, there's nothing wrong with that. He also did the same thing to the ETH community. So if you look at Cardano, Charles Hoskinson, you can accuse them of doing the same thing with the Ethereum community. They don't like each other. Bitcoin maxis don't like Vitalik. They still think ETH is a scam to this day. Max Kaiser's in them. That's crypto. Community is going to go at each other. Leaders and founders, crypto project founders, and that they're going to go at each other like that. So this is not Jack Levin just being a vampire because Richard Hart introduced him to the Hex community and whatnot, and he kind of came up with his own coin and he's competing with them and all this other stuff. Like I always say, man, competition is healthy in crypto, because this is what has been the driving force of these layer one vehicles and all these other things. Riches is coming out with post-chain. Hex becomes successful. Post-Hex is coming, and believe it or not, you're gonna get a free copy of Zen over there. You're gonna get a free copy of Hex over there at post-chain. Free copy of DBI. Hey, So I'm just saying that these two founders and these two leaders, why not hold buffer their projects or their tokens and whatnot, in order to succeed in the future? So if hexicans are calling out OG hexicans that they are flip-flopping or they just wishy-washy or something to that nature, then you must call everybody else in crypto wishy-washy, because I remember some of those same hexicans who are saying this. I mean, when Hex started back in 2019, everyone called Richard Hart a scammer. No one believed in him until they hit 10,000x, and then now everybody else now all of a sudden believe in Richard Hart and his ecosystem and he's God now. I mean, isn't that a flip-flop? Isn't that being wishy-washy? I mean, that's a 180. So if you are going at Jack Levin because of what he's doing with the Hex community and going back and forth, then you must go at Richard Hart also for what he did to the Bitcoin community. I mean, to this day, he's calling Bitcoin garbage, and Hex is the #1 coin. A coin that he created, a coin that actually inflates, but he's got his own mechanics. Shout out to him to, reverse that inflation around and just, limit the supply or whatever mechanic he has to do with the T-shares, whatever work he's doing in the background to be able to pay people yield 40% a year. I mean, come on, that's way better than Bitcoin in my opinion. So shout out to him for doing all of that stuff. So I'm just saying, crypto communities in general, if you're gonna be calling the yin, you're gonna be calling out the yang as well. That is just a known fact. And I'm a 2017. I've been here for a minute. I always tell people I've been here for a while. People don't believe me when I say that. They think I'm just parroting what I heard when I came in the game and all this other. That's crap talk. I've been here for a minute. Sometimes I pull out my wallets and just show them, like, see, look at this here. This is just one of my other second wallets, right? If you look at here, it says August 2021. This is one of my Bitcoin wallets that dates as far back as 2017. It's a dead wallet. I don't even use it anymore. But if you scroll down, look at this. It says April 20th of 2020, right? November 4th, 2019. Keep going down. April 17th of 2018. This is all me sending and receiving BTC. 30th of March 2018, right? Keep going. 22nd of March 2018. Just keep on going down. I'm going to show you how long I've been in this game. December 27th of 2017. This is all 2017. December late. You can see me sending and receiving BTC, right? 1 p.m. November 19th of 2017, right? Just keep on scrolling down. This is how long I've been in the game. This is one of my just few wallets. And September 16th of 2017, September 15th of 2017, I was sending and receiving Bitcoin. So if I tell you I've been in BitConnect, I've been in this, I've been in that, that is because I was here and I witnessed a lot of things take place. I don't piggyback off of people, or I hear some stories and I just go and talk about it and all this other stuff. This is clear proof that I was here. I've been sending transactions since. A lot of people would tell you they were here, but in reality, they were not here. So exactly, that's just proof in the pudding right there. If I pull out wallets and receipts and tell you exactly, I scroll as far back as these periods to show you that I've been in the game for a minute. So if I'm here and I'm showing you transactions of my wallets, dealing with crypto and all this other stuff, and you're telling me that, well, you wasn't really into BitConnect and all this other crap. I mean, come on, that's just rubbish and nonsense talk, But yeah, I'm just saying that to say in general, if you're gonna be calling Jack Levin a vampire, then you're gonna have to call Charles Hoskinson one for going back and forth with the Ethereum community. You're gonna have to call Richard Hart one for, he did the same thing Jack did to the Hex community. He did it to the Bitcoin community. A lot of Bitcoiners, there's a reason why Richard Hart is boycotted and, gate kept everywhere he goes with his product, bro. It's because of how he talks down on the other communities. Like, everything else doesn't matter. It's only Hex or nothing. And in crypto, I don't like that mindset and that mentality, because you are just telling everyone that your product is superior and is way better. But crypto is tech, it's competition. Something better always comes along. something better always will come along in the future. Tech is crypto advances, people have new contracts come in, new plays come in. So I think Jack is just playing into Richard Hart's head that whatever you do, I can at least attempt to do it better, and if he fails, who cares? Zen goes to zero, it was just another dead project. Richard Hart wins again. But if he succeeds, a lot of Hexicans who did not get into Hex day one are gonna regret not getting into Zen also from day one. So I'm just saying, why not hold both? Because you are an investor. This is if you're going to be playing the loyalty game, you're going to be holding on to a project for a long time, watching everything else moon around you when you could have made a ton load of money, but because of your pride, you couldn't have get there. So this is just a short one that I wanted people to understand. If you are from an investor standpoint, and a lot of these Hexicans who are, for example, criticizing Jack Levin and that, they're low-key all holding Zen. So yeah, shout out to them for doing that. At least, hold the token. If you're an investor, because they understand what investing is. If you're an investor, there's a new opportunity that can make you a ton load of money. You see what this guy is building, bro. It's coming out with a whole ecosystem just to burn Zen. So if all of that stuff is happening, pay attention to it. I'm saying if you're a Hexican, OG Hexican or whatever, at least hold some Zen. So the Hexicans who are calling out the OG Hexicans for holding Zen, I think that's a bit wrong and hypocritical to me, but I'm just saying that's it, because Zen is just a product just like Hex. Well, might not be exactly like it. Hex might be a superior product, who cares? But I'm just saying this guy is working on something that could be huge potential in the future. We're approaching a Bitcoin halving in about a year's time. By that time, you can make a ton load of money with all of these ecosystems. Post-chain, post-X, Zen, whatever comes out, the stage is set for you to win. This is the bear market where the winners are made. You have to be at the bottom of the bear. So the only way from here is up. With that being said, this was just a short one. Like up the video, share it, subscribe for some crypto content. I have been Mr. Nakamoto Crypto, and I'm out.